You're probably making these three mistakes with your diet. Hey guys, Coach Matt here. I help busy parents get and stay fit. And today I'm going to be talking about the three most common mistakes I see parents make with their diet. So without further ado, let's hop right into this presentation that I have for you guys today. So you're probably making these three mistakes with your diet, and here's how to fix them. Okay, so first, let's face it. If you're watching this video, most likely you have excess body fat to lose, and you've done diets that haven't worked. You're most likely also busy with work and kids and a social life and real problems to take care of. You've most likely tried diets before, most likely made New Year's resolutions before. I'm recording this in December 24, so New Year's is coming right up around the corner. And the amount of dietary advice out there is just, frankly, overwhelming. So, the other thing about New Year's resolutions and most diets is that they don't stick. Maybe 10% of people stick to those things that they start in January. The gym membership fizzles out, the diet becomes impossible to maintain, and then the slippery slope of poor eating habits returns. Okay? So here's why. Let's get right into it. Here are the three reasons why you haven't fixed this problem yet, why diets that you've tried, whether that be in January or June, don't work. Pitfall number one is that you tend to cut out too much with said diet. Pitfall number two is that you're doing someone else's diet. And pitfall number three is that you actually begin with failure in mind. Okay? I'm going to dive into each one of those one by one. Do not worry. I've got you covered. Okay? You can actually bust through all three of these pitfalls and myths no matter how busy your life is. You can lose whatever excess body fat you're carrying and keep it off for good without a crash diet. Okay? So, let's discuss pitfall number one and how to fix it. Pitfall number one, too much restriction. All right? So, most diets cut out entire food groups completely or almost completely. Or they require a high level of precision, such as weighing and measuring all of your food, or tracking all of your food for a long period of time, or they have a very difficult schedule that doesn't fit into your life. Okay? So, now, on the left side there, the red X side, okay, there's some validity and need and good use of measuring food once in a while if you've never done it before or for a short period of time. And there's some people who do well on more difficult, uncommon eating schedules, such as intermittent fasting, okay? But not everybody does, and it just frankly doesn't fit into everybody's life. So, for example, to go a little deeper there, if you're doing intermittent fasting, which is very popular, okay, and you have a set feeding window, so let's just say it's, 6 hours, okay, and you're not eating after 6 p.m. at night ever, okay, well then what happens when you have a wedding? And it's a good friend's wedding and you want to go. Are you just not going to eat after 6 p.m. anything at the wedding? Maybe, but maybe there's some room for flexibility there on certain days or events, okay? Cutting out entire food groups, just, at a high level, what I can say about that is there's really almost no one who should eat, for example, a zero carb diet. Like, that's just frankly not healthy and maybe even dangerous, right? So there's just a lot more room, as you can see now. I'll shift my eyes over to the right side of the screen for flexibility, right? You can have a plan that you can be consistent with roughly 80% of the time. For some people, even less, depending on your goals, maybe 70%. For some people, maybe more, maybe 90%. All right, but for most people, which is probably you, 80% consistency is enough, which means that 20% of the time, either an average day, and an average week, and an average month, you can go to that wedding and have a little food later than 7 p.m. or have some food that you don't normally eat, okay? So the truth of the matter is, when I could sum up this pitfall, is that if you can't stick to it for the long term, then it's probably too restrictive in some way, and it's then not right for you, okay? Pitfall number two. You're doing someone else's diet. Of course, this is somewhat related to pitfall number one, but here's the reality. Any half-decent meal plan any book, any cleanse, almost anything you find out there that is designed to help you lose weight quickly is going to work. But what good is said plan if that diet doesn't fit into your life, right? So as you can see, I've got lots of books behind me on the shelf. Many of them are diet books. I could give you a plan that will help you lose 5 pounds in a week, but if you're only eating 500 or 600 calories a day, which is very dangerous, do not do that, please. Yeah, you'll lose the weight, but like long term, you're gonna get sick. Like it's just not safe. And there are other plans out there that allow for more food that are still in the crash diet category that you just can't stick to them. So the thing is that this is really about the way to fix this is it's about personalization. So it's not to say that all diets out there are bad. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that you need to take what works for you from those books, from those plans, from those diets, and keep that, and then discard the rest. So there's got to be an element of personalization, right? And every time I talk to someone, to a busy parent, right, like, yeah, it's great for me to tell them that they maybe need to eat more protein or more vegetables or fruits, but how are they going to do that? When are they going to do that? When are you going to put that into your actual life? It's different for someone who's a cop who works erratic shifts, or a teacher who has very little time in the morning, or someone who's working from home all the time. So it's got to be customized one way or another. Okay, so personalization would be the solution to pitfall number 2. Pitfall number 3: planning to fail. Believe it or not, well, here I'll just read the line. By definition, every time you start a diet, baked into that mentality is the fact that you will, by definition, stop it at some point. That's what starting means. Starting means something that has an endpoint. Most of the time. In this case, that's what I'm talking about, right? So if you think about that kind of almost subconscious element to starting a diet, which in the back of your mind that you're going to stop it at some point, then why would you want to keep doing that? So what is the solution here? It's very simple. Simple doesn't mean easy, but it is simple. Do not start another diet, okay? Rather, start to encompass the mindset of the fact that health is a journey. There is no finish line. There is no trophy. There is no winning, okay? There's no point, even if you do achieve a 6-pack and, 12% body fat, if that's your goal, which shouldn't be everybody's goal, by the way. I cover that more in my courses. But whatever your goal is, let's just say it's a goal weight of X number of pounds. Once you achieve that, you're not done. So the key here, rather than beginning with stopping in mind, it's beginning with no stopping in mind. That's the opposite. And this is something that I help people on inside my free community. So, looking to keep this video under 10 minutes, as a next step for you, if you need more help in exactly how to fix these 3 pitfalls, right? So inclusion would be one way you can do this on your own, okay? You could definitely follow that 80-20 rule for inclusion and flexibility. You could definitely personalize any plan out there to your own life, and you could definitely begin with the end or no end in mind, okay? If you need a little more than that, you can join my free community, right? It's completely free. There's lots of stuff in there. Really everything you could ever possibly need in there to get your health in order is in there for free, right? Mini courses, bi-weekly coaching calls, awesome support from other parents. There's the URL, school.com/vitality, links in all my bios. And that's completely free for you if you're interested. Again, don't just take my word for it. These testimonials I could barely fit on the screen because they were so generous. So, you can screenshot this or see them there on all my bios. But don't just take my word for it. Take a look, come inside, check us out. It's free. There's no strings there. And I also want to say, before we hit the 10-minute mark, thank you. Thank you for watching this video. I'm here to help you in any way I can. You can DM me, you can message me, you can check out my community. And let's overturn these 3 pitfalls. Let's bust these myths, and let's get you into a plan that actually fits into your life. Okay? All right. Take care, guys.